Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. This is Sunny, and I talk about life transformations with the power of unconditional self love. Abundance is our birthright. The God, the divine, the creator, the universe wants to give us everything. But that abundance gets blocked just because of certain subconscious thoughts that we have been programmed with since our childhood. And that abundance feels so blocked for so many of us because deep down, we don't believe that we deserve it. You know that quiet voice whispering, "Who am I to have more?" That keeps the wealth away, love away, opportunities away. So today, I'm going to be talking about how self-worth silently sabotages prosperity and how reclaiming your inherent value opens that flow towards abundance. We'll go through an emotional reflection and spiritual truth, and then you will see the blocks for what they are. They're just illusions, believe me. If I tell you today that there is a hidden self-worth block which keeps saying that do you deserve more? What if your biggest abundance block isn't lack of action, but lack of belief that you deserve it? So low self-worth creates invisible ceilings, okay? And you self-sabotage your own progression, your own success, your own abundance, and you keep saying no to opportunities because we are stuck in that, egoistic mindset or identity-based mindset wherein we only want to go for certain things which everybody else is doing, and we want to follow the same path, and we disregard certain unique things that are coming towards us. So spiritually, abundance flows to open hearts. Closed worth is equal to closed flow. And once you know your worth, then you know what exactly you want in your life, what exactly you desire in your life. So we can reflect back and recall a time you dimmed your light or declined the blessings just because you wanted to control certain situations, just because you want to manipulate certain things, just because you wanted to get something which everybody else was doing and you thought that is good for you as well. Feel that familiar contraction. That's worth whispering, not for you. Your soul then disagrees. Latent truth about abundance, that abundance mirrors your inner belief. Be it wealth, love, opportunities, they are all seeking containers ready to receive. However, self-doubt builds dams, and we keep saying that to ourselves, that I'm not worthy of that job, I'm not worthy of that kind of love, I'm not worthy of those kind of opportunities, I'm not worthy of that kind of money. And then we keep pushing away all those opportunities, people, friendship, and so on and so forth, right? Just because we feel unworthy from inside, right? And then we start complaining. There's an emotional reflection that we got to do, which is going to be a little bit painful. First, I'm going to say every no to yourself echoes childhood programming that we got to understand first. That you've been told you will never have enough, which is wrong. You're worthy of everything. It's just the childhood programming. It's just the limited belief systems that are sitting there in your subconscious mind that you need to reprogram and come back to your own self, which is remembering yourself who you really are, and then start working on your abundance with that abundant mindset. So spiritually speaking, Source doesn't withhold from us, okay? Our soul emerged from infinite abundance, and that is a fact. It's just like rivers don't question the flow, they keep flowing despite the fact whatever blockages are there on their way. However, we human beings are always looking outwards, are always looking into our physical reality. Why? Because we start comparing ourselves with other people, we start judging ourselves, we look down on ourselves and we do that self-criticism thing, which keeps us in that kind of judgment, and that creates a block in our lives towards that abundance. Let me expose that lie. The lie says good things aren't for people like you. That's a spiritual lie that you've been told since your childhood. Creator withholds from no one. It's all because of the wound sitting on our heart from a very long time. That poverty consciousness that you have to keep chasing for relationships, that inherited trauma is not the spiritual law, okay? We can reclaim that sacredness back. That infinite source flows through me now, and then that worth will awaken to that abundance that you deserve in your life. So to open that gateway to abundance, okay, we need to understand the self-sabotaging patterns. They're really and truly rooted in our doubts, okay? So let me tell you, worthy souls receive gracefully. However, doubt creates chaos, okay? There are always doubts, and we keep procrastinating for big opportunities, right? We undervalue ourselves. We try to stay small just because of societal beliefs. We don't want to hurt anyone, and we try to be people pleaser, nice people, for everyone. You do not have to carry any arrogance or hatredness for anyone, but your soul's evolution is in your hands, okay? And then the scarcity fear comes into place as well, that there's lack of good men, lack of good women, lack of money, lack of jobs, lack of opportunities, and so on and so forth. But the emotional truth is, each sabotage screams that I don't deserve this. However, your heart knows it better. Why? Because there are intuitions that we get, okay? We got to listen to those intuitions, and we're going to follow that path. And that's what we say, that's a divine signal given to us, that we should follow that path and keep evolving our souls. But we stop just because of that fear, just because of that doubt. We got to pause during that self-sabotaging doubt, whenever it comes to us, and ask, what am I trying to protect? And then your fear answers, okay? However, once you know your worth will override it. So apart from self-sabotaging patterns that are deeply rooted in our doubts, we have those receiving wounds as well on our heart. Okay? Wherein saying yes to certain things hurt us, and that is all coming from low worth, which is twisting our receiving into guilt. We start deflecting compliments, we start refusing gifts, and we start questioning opportunities in our lives. So there is a spiritual block there, okay? Because universe's flow is meeting resistance, and if it's meeting resistance, that means that we are blocking that gateway to abundance. So we gotta heal from there. We gotta understand why we feel like that, why we think about that. And those certain things, when we think that we are self-capable of doing certain things, but if somebody tries to support us, we kind of like, or probably give us some kind of gift or compliment, we tend to just kind of like reject it. Or we try to say that we are trying our level best, okay? That's when I came to Ireland, this was the, weird way of accepting a compliment, wherein people will say, I'm trying to be better, I'm trying, and then people used to show a bit of compassion. I completely understand that, and I'm not saying that sarcastically in a cocky way, but from there we can shift our mindset, and instead of practicing that micro receiving, we got to accept anything that's coming towards us as part of that abundance wholeheartedly, okay? By saying just thank you, without any qualifiers, and let others bless you for, whatever you deserve in your life. The tender truth behind it is receiving honors givers love, okay? However, blocking it starves both souls. So receiving and giving is part of the universal spiritual practice. There are worth affirmations that can rewire our reality, okay? And we can speak that worth until our soul remembers. I'm worthy of abundance now. I'm worthy of love now. Wealth flows easily to me. I receive with open gratitude. My value multiplies what I touch. Money loves me as divine exchange. People love me. I love myself. I am a perfect soul. These daily rituals, they are the mirror gaze, okay? And these words will feel like as if they're landing in your heart without any resistance. And then slowly that resistance softens and then flow begins after that. So we can anchor ourselves spiritually, and you can start using those affirmations to align to the vibration with the source of abundance. There are ancestral traumas as well that we got to understand in regards to money and relationships, right? And your abundance is blocked just because of those traumas which are inherited in our lives. Let's say your grandparents went through some kind of depression phase, money depression I'm talking about, wherein they pass on the same kind of limited belief system to your parents, maybe that money is hard to earn, money doesn't grow on trees. And then there was a cultural poverty programming that happened in our lives, okay? This was the same thing with my family as well. My grandparents were really, really poor, and they passed on the same kind of belief system to my parents as well. And my parents kept saying to me, hey, I'm, spending a lot of money on you. Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I expect you to work hard, right? Because working hard will make you achieve a lot of money, right? So this was the same kind of programming that I was born and brought up with, right? And there are soul contracts as well, because those soul contracts with different kind of people with different kind of mindset, right? We got to understand that we got to break that chain for our lineage, right? And we need to release those people. We need to release that kind of mindset, because it's a lack mentality that we are living in at the moment. And in case we do not release that kind of mindset, right, that abundance doesn't flow freely. So abundance is always meant for us, right? And it has to flow freely with that true vibration of gratitude and exchange of energy. So there is an emotional release that we can do in order to overcome all those ancestral traumas, right? We gotta visualize that we have those traumas, and we are transforming ourselves from those traumas into an abundance mindset to feel that freedom which has rippled our generations. But everybody has different situations in their lives, okay? And you got to think about your situation. What exactly makes you stuck in that kind of ancestral trauma or that belief system that you're carrying in terms of any kind of abundance that you're looking for in your life? So to close this video, I want to say that clearing abundance blocks through self-worth is actually like, exhaling, feeling that freedom from all those ancestral traumas, those doubts, that unworthiness that we carried throughout our lifetimes, right? And now there is no more of earning love, no more of earning money, no more of earning success. Because you are the vessel divine abundance seeks. Your soul never doubted your capacity. It was just the matter of remembering who you really are. That doubt was just an illusion. The flow is a reality, just like the river. So receive without guilt. Start saying thank you for any kind of compliment. Start paying gratitude to whatever you have in your life. Give without fear. Live prosperously as your birthright. Wholeness awaits, so step into that abundance through worth, not through lack. I hope this video helps you to understand what are the different blockages in our lives to that abundance that we are worthy of, and how we can unblock ourselves So I'd appreciate, please do like, share, and subscribe to, and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. The links are there in the description column. And in case if you are going through that journey of unconditional self-love, please do comment unconditional self-love in the comment section, and I will be happy to interact with every one of you. Our lives are not supposed to be lived with suffering, are not supposed to be lived with unworthiness. We are meant to live our lives with complete freedom. And that freedom can only come to us when we understand what our worth is, and we understand who we really are, which thus allows us to attract every desire that we have in our lives. So always remember, what you are is what you're going to get. This is Sunny, signing off. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.